Hey everyone, it's Mark Skipper Mark, and today we're visiting some big water, Lake Winnipesaukee, all 71 square miles of it. Just admiring the motor ship Mount Washington while Nancy and Matt get ready to come on out.
It looks like the mountain still has snow on it for skiing. This area here is called the Beaver Island area. There's like Big Beaver, Little Beaver, Middle Beaver, a bunch of beavers. And it's probably one of my favorite areas of the lake. It's just really, really pretty. It's shallow and rocky, but it's still really pretty. Big rock right here. So that's Middle Beaver Island. If we bring our kayaks up here, we kayak through here a lot because it's just a really pretty area to be. Not sure how well the camera picks it up, but we're going over all kinds of rocks, but it's probably like 10 feet deep. Not there, it's not, but here it is. This house here has a really nice yellow boat, an inboard. That mountain way off in the distance without any trees on the top, that's Mount Chichura, which is one of the most climbed mountains in the world, along with Mount Fuji. what's interesting about Lake Winnipesaukee is that you can be driving along and it can be 200 feet deep, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the lake there's a huge rock pile that you may or may not even know is there because it might be under the surface of the water. I'm not sure if this is a house or a resort or what, but they got a lot of docks and it's big. Again, that's Mount Chochura off in the distance. It's really a pretty view, especially in the summer. Today it's actually pretty clear here too. This area here is actually a camp. I'm not sure if the whole island is private, but I know that there's a camp on it that's owned by the A.M.C, the Appalachian Mountain Club. And in the summer, a mailboat delivers mail to the island here to staff and families that are camping here, and it pulls right up here on these by those pylons. This is another area that I think is really pretty with these pine trees out here in the middle. What's that, a lobster? No, wood. But I always found this area here really pretty. People also just hang out on these docks, and it's kind of like the meeting area. Everybody just comes down here and swims, and they put a I'm not sure what you call it, a swim platform out here where people swim to. So we're changing our route here. We were gonna go to Meredith, but now we're actually going to go to Wolfeboro. So I'm just gonna pick Wolfeboro. Gotta find it. Actually, it's pretty far. It's over here. I'm just gonna pick the, actually, nope, I'm gonna pick the town dock area. Here we go. There we go. So this area here is a town beach for the town of Moultonborugh, New Hampshire, and you have to have a permit to park there, but technically you can go if you can find a place to park, but the parking is the issue. But it's really pretty. It's just reminds me kind of Clearwater, Florida, where you have trees just growing up out of the sand. This buoy here marks this area is a little rocky at the end of this land, and that one probably is just keep away from the marina. Over here on the left is a campground called Long Island Bridge Campground. We used to camp there all the time years ago. We kind of stopped camping because we didn't really like tent camping, and you can't pull a boat and a camper at the same time. But we used to camp right up on the water's edge there. It was so pretty. This here is Long Island Bridge, and on the right is Long Island, which is one of, I don't know, I'm gonna guess maybe 7 or so islands that you can actually drive to. Yep. In the summer, kids jump off this bridge. They're not supposed to, and people call the police on them, but I don't know. I'm guessing that it's something all kids do that live in the area. just slowed down to enjoy some of the scenery. Are you comfortable? Me too. Yeah. You don't have your other socks?
I do, I still have one.
This island over here, it's hard to tell it's an island, but the one with that little hump right there, that's called Rattlesnake Island. Maybe there were rattlesnakes on it years ago, I'm not really sure. But that is the tallest island on the lake.
This area is the Broads. It's basically the center of the lake and is an open area about 4 miles by 4 miles. When the winds are strong or it's a holiday weekend, the waves in the area can get really rough.
I wanted to take a moment and just talk about the islands really quick. Even though they're really cool and remote and pretty, they're actually not the most popular areas on the lake. People really like to live on the mainland because if you need to go somewhere in the middle of the night, you don't have to get on a boat and hopefully be able to make your way back to a dock and then get off. Plus, harder to get food and you got to bring supplies with you and things like that. So I think the islands are really cool, but I do understand why people would prefer to live on the mainland. In front of us here is the town of Wolfeboro. It's considered one of America's original vacation spots. It has some slogan. I'll put it in the comments below. There's a, I believe it's a private school over here on the right, and then it's got a nice little main street where you can just walk along and shop, and a lot of nice areas to visit.
Senator Mitt Romney has a house here in Wolfeboro, and when he ran for president a few years ago, it was kind of cool because the Secret Service would line the shoreline and you'd see all these boats when you try to come into Wolfeboro.
The water temperature is about 44 degrees today, and there's a bunch of kids over here jumping off the docks and going swimming. These pylons here are for the MS Mount Washington. This is one of its ports that it comes to every day, or most every day. It looks like they have completely rebuilt this dock. I can't tell on the others, but this one is nice looking. It actually has power on it, I think. I don't know. I'm not really liking it because the whole thing's gonna go under. Yeah. Yeah, like your whole boat's under, Matt. Looks like they're doing a lot of maintenance here. They don't have much time because literally just like 2 weeks ago there was multiple ice and snow all in the area. So we're going to attempt to go under this bridge here.
How was it out there?
It's not bad.
Awesome, awesome.
Think we're gonna hit? I'll pass today. I don't need to go. Yeah, I don't need to go that badly. You want to go? Okay. You got ducked down. No, it's not shallow. It's fine. I don't think I can duck my head low enough. Am I gonna hit?
Be careful, very low. You got it on a foot.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, clear. So this area here is called the Back Bay. I'm not exactly sure what's here, if there's houses or anything, but they have a whole series of docks over here, which are actually nice and would be much more suitable for jet skis because they're short. You know, we're not going to have a problem of those other ones where the boat wants to go underneath it. It's an old train station. The rail track has been converted to a bike path now. It's actually really nice because we used to geocache, and a lot of caches along the rail trail. But I would totally dock here. This is definitely doable. So Nancy got off. She's gonna go make an exploratory run to see if any bathrooms are open. They do have public bathrooms in several areas in Wolfeboro, but so far they've all been closed. We're hoping that we find one. I believe it's this train depot building. I believe they have one in there. So we're on a mission to check out another boat ramp. The one at the main docks, which is just over there, is really steep and very, very busy area. Like a lot of pedestrians just walking around, going back and forth to their boats and to the restaurants in town. I don't really know anything about this one, but it looks like there's a sign for parking. I think it's up there. That's where you park for the railroads. And it looks like there's another restaurant over here. I've seen a lot of people out on the deck or patio, whatever they call it. It looks like they've got a little beach area set up with sand, so you can pretend you're, you know, at the beach. I think someone just took our picture because I saw a flash go off. Oh, that's not even ducking. Oh yeah, he did duck. I ducked way too much last time, I think, Nancy. You ready? It seems like I'm gonna totally hit, but I think I just have to do that.
See you later, Wolfeboro.
So way off in the distance over there, that white area, that's Mount Washington.
This is Governor's Island. It's probably the most desirable place to live on all of Lake Winnipesaukee. Houses here can list for up to $10 million. And it's connected to the mainland via the Governor's Island Bridge.
This area here is Weirs Beach, Laconia, New Hampshire, obviously. It's kind of considered the heart of Lake Winnipesaukee. It's where they have Bike Week. I think there are 98 successive bike weeks, maybe 99. It's funny because there's no boats here. On a normal summer weekend, this is the channel that takes you to Paugus Bay, where there's tons and tons of houses and marinas and all sorts of stuff. And it's just funny because the line to get through this channel can be miles long. Like when you cross this bridge here, the Route 3 bridge, all you can see are boats coming and going for miles. This is a boat dealer here. It's funny, they sell Evinrude motors. It's too bad they went out of business. Looks like these are going to be all new docks. I don't remember them being here before, but I'm old and have a bad memory, so who knows. In the summer, this place is packed. These are all rentals, and people just line, their chairs up, and they sit on that beach, and very, very popular. These over here are condos. It's kind of neat. They've got a carport where you can just pull your boat in and then go right to your condo. Over here on the right, it's Winnie Marine. I think it's Winnipesaukee Marine. It used to be Channel Marine years ago, and they used to have all kinds of super fast boats that just, stayed here. But I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or so, they got rid of they made a speed limit on the lake, is what I'm trying to say. And unfortunately, when they did that, all the fast boats disappeared, because who wants to have a boat that can do 125 or so miles an hour? And you're stuck doing 45. It's still a really nice marina. We go there and buy stuff sometimes. Good place to get gas because it's sheltered. You're not right out in the rough spots. Over here is the Naswa. That is a hotel, motel. They have cottages, and it's a huge party area. So these docks on a Saturday evening are completely full. They always have bands, and the beach is just really busy, we shall say. So we just left the channel, and we're officially in Paugus Bay. We might have been in it back there too, I don't know. But this is a huge bay. I think it's 4,000 acres. It's bigger than almost every lake in Connecticut. That's how big it is. So this here is Irwin Marine. It's a very, very big marina. Over on the right here is Paugus Bay Marina. I just followed everybody else. This here is the drawbridge that brings you to Paugus Bay Marina, Lakeport Landing Marina, another very large marina. They actually store boats in there like multiple layers high. They stack them up on shelves. This building over here collapsed maybe like February or maybe even earlier than that, January. And they had to do a quick emergency cleanup. Now this is technically the end of Lake Winnipesaukee. There's actually a dam right here, and it only lets the water raise up a few feet, but it does help control the water level. I've never been into this area before. But they got a chain or a cable across, so it looks like we are at the end of our lake. Just on the other side of that water, though, is Lake Winnipesaukee. But unfortunately, you can't get from one lake to the other. Even getting gas here would be a little bit of a challenge because the wood doesn't go that far down into the water. Looks like these docks stay in year-round because of the thin ice warning. That's why on the weekends, though, there's so many boats coming in and out of the channel, because they're all like docked here. This area here is Oliver's Resort, or Oliver Resort. It's a really well-respected resort in the area. I don't really know too much about it. I know you can rent this house here. It probably sells out super quick. Looks like they might have some cabins or something over there. I'm sure we'll see it on the other side. There's actually another building that like people hang out on the roof. It's a flat top building. And I actually thought this thing sticking up out of the water here was a person. I was like, is that some dude fly fishing or something? But it's just a rock cairn. So after 56.3 miles, 8 gallons of gas, and 4 hours, we are back in Center Harbor, where we will get the Jeep, pack up, and go home. Ooh, we're not super far in. Yeah, I can't go more than that.
No, I'll just...
Well, again, my GoPro died right as we got to the dock, so I'm just using my iPhone here. That's just running them to get a little bit of water out of the jet. They recommend that per the Yamaha manual. So we're pretty much done, ready to go. With that, I'm gonna sign off and say thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. If you ever get the chance, come up to Lake Winnipesaukee. It's absolutely beautiful. It's my favorite place to boat. Talk to you later. Thanks again.